And I was like, hey babe, guess what? She was like, what? And I was like, I finally did it. I finally did it, yo. And she was like, what are you talking about? Did what? How's it going, guys? Today I'll be talking about how Photon trading made me a profitable trader. First, I'll be talking about how I got introduced to trading. Then I'll be talking about how I got introduced to Photon trading. Then I'll be talking about my profitability and how much money I made trading with Photon's strategy. 5 years ago, I discovered trading. It was 2020 when COVID had started. My friend had introduced me to something called IML. Most of you guys already know what IML is, so I don't have to really talk much about it. But at first, I didn't really think much of it. And my friend had put me on a call with them, and boom, instantly they got me hooked. And they were talking about making $30,000 a month, $50,000 a month. And at that time, I was a teenager. I was in high school, and I was like, "What the heck, yo? People can make that much money?" And you already know it. I fell for it. I signed up. At first, these people they were actually teaching me some things. I was like, okay, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. They were teaching me about pips. They were teaching me about currency pairs. They were teaching me about the basics of trading. And about a week later of going to their Zoom meetings and stuff, they started talking about bringing people under you. And they weren't even talking about trading that much. They were just mostly talking about bringing more and more people so you can make more money. They're talking about P15, P150. I don't even know what the fuck. I didn't even know what the heck that was. So I was like, interesting. They kept doing that for about a month now, and I didn't really learn anything about trading. The only thing I learned was the basics, what pips were, pairs, that, and that was it. But throughout that month, I was self-teaching myself. I was going to YouTube, seeing what trading was all about. And you know, as a teenager, I did not have much money, so I only had one month worth of money to be able to pay for that course. Which that money that money took me about 6 months to save up, and it was like $200. I think it was like 300. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But that amount of money took that long to save up, and I spent all that money thinking I needed IML in order to trade. Once that month had finished, I was not able to pay for, IML anymore. And then afterwards, I realized I did not need IML in order to be able to trade. I was like, what? I've been wasting my time this whole time. Yo, a big weight had released off my shoulder. I was like, I can just trade by myself. So I started trading by myself. I started doing research. I was on YouTube 24/7 looking at videos about trading. Like every time I wake up, first thing I did, watch videos about trading. Every time I ate, watch videos about trading. Bro, this was something I kept doing over and over again. And I wasn't only watching videos, I was also putting in the work, obviously. Now, as I was putting all this work into trading and back testing over and over again, I was in this cycle of losing trades over and over and switching strategies over and over again. Like if I were to find like a winning strategy that won once, I would be like, yes, this is the strategy. Finally found it. Because I'll back test it and I'll be like, yo, this strategy actually works. And I remember, every time I found a strategy, I would pray to God and be like, thank you, God, you're making me rich. And I was just imagining all the money I could make with this strategy. And as I put that strategy in the live market, you already know, first trade, loss, second trade, loss, third trade, loss. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna switch my strategy. I was disappointed. I kept going through that cycle over and over again for about like 2 years. It was more to it, but it took like about 2 years, and I kept doing that over and over again. And eventually, I started hearing, in my second year, I started hearing SMC, something about SMC, smart money and dumb money. I didn't really think much about it, but I tried implementing what I thought was smart money into some of my strategies, and it kind of made sense. It didn't, it kind of helped. But then I finally decided, let me search up smart money concepts. What is that? And boom, that's when I stumbled upon Photon. When I stumbled upon him, his first video that I watched was about market structure. The second I started watching that video, boom, everything clicked. I was like, whoa, this makes a lot of sense. This structure makes a lot of sense. Like, he was explaining everything in a way that made a lot of sense to me. So I watched all his videos about market structure and all type of stuff, whatever videos he had back then. And when I had ran out of videos to watch and I was implementing his thoughts about market structure, I saw that it was working for me. I was not profitable, but I saw that it was working for me. It had made a lot of sense to me. So I went back to his channel to see if he had a course. And lo and behold, he had a course. And again, I was still in high school. I didn't have much money. I had just recently finished my summer job, so I still had a little bit money in my pocket. So I was like, why not spend this amount of money to buy his course? It was like around $200. So I spent around that much and I got into his course. At first, the first thing I did was look through his course to see what I had to go through in order to complete his course. And I was like, whoa. In his course, everything was very neat. Everything was easy to understand. Everything was organized very clearly for me. And he had also had a Discord, but I did not want to touch that because I had a feeling that those people were going to confuse me. You know how people be posting their wins, not explaining how they won and stuff. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go through that. I didn't want to get myself to confused, because people, you know, sometimes create their own strategy upon other people's strategies. Now, as I was going through his market structure course, it took me about like 1 to 2 weeks to master market structure. And then I moved on through his course, and everything was working as he was saying it worked. But he was, you know, Photon, he was trading the lower time frames. I didn't really like that. He was trading the M1. He was doing multi time frame analysis, but he would go, his execution time frame would probably be like the M1 or M5. I don't know if he's still doing that today. But I didn't really like the quick movements of the markets and how fast the markets moved. So I didn't want to do the M1. And I don't know if it was from, I don't remember if it was from Photon's video, but I remember someone had said, make their strategy your strategy. So what I took off of that was, I was like, instead of trading the M1 time frame, why don't I execute my trades in the M15 time frames? And that actually worked out very well for me. I'm very glad I stick to the M15 time frame, because that actually worked out very well for me. Now I had to stick to the M15 structure. I had to stick with that entry time frame. Now, throughout his course, it took me about, I think, 2 to 3 months to complete his course, because every day I would grind, I would watch his videos over and over again to fully understand everything. Like, I was literally watching every time I was eating, I was watching his videos. I mean, from time to time, I'll take some breaks, obviously, but every time I was done taking my breaks, I would watch his videos over and over again until I understood everything. And then month 3 came. I think it was month 3 or 2. And then that time frame came. I finally decided, hey, let me buy a prop firm account. At that time, I don't think prop firm accounts were that popular. The only prop firm account that was out was FTMO. So I bought a 25k prop firm account with FTMO. And now once I started that 25k account, it took me about 2 weeks to pass phase 1. I'll leave it on the screen so you guys see it. It took me about 2 weeks to pass phase 1. I believe it was 2 weeks. And I remember being so hyped, but I was like, you know what, contain your hype, just contain yourself. You just only passed phase 1. You don't want to mess up by being too hyped. So I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna contain myself. And then phase 2 came. And guess what? I passed phase 2. So I was like, yes, sir. I was hyped as I was thinking about all the money I could make. I was already thinking about buying a house. I was already thinking about doing all that. You know what traders be thinking once they start, once they pass a profit, bro. I was delusional as heck. I thought I was about to buy a house when I was in high school. Like, and then after all that, it was the live account. The live account, man. That part stressed me out like crazy. The live accounts. Whew. Now, when I started this live account, the first trade I took, loss. I was like, take losses. I wasn't going all crazy. Second trade, loss. Third trade, loss. I wasn't too worried about my losses until I got 3 more losses in a row, man. 3 more losses. I was down 6% in my account, and I had a max drawdown of 10%. You already know at that point I was panicking. And then my 7th trade, man. My 7th trade ended up being a winner, and it brought me back up to break even. I think I would leave that in the screen. It brought me back up to break even. Bro, I remember feeling very relieved. But afterwards, I got a couple of more losses, but my wins outweighed my losses like by 6 times, because I was going for 1 to 4, 1 to 5, 1 to 6. Yo, that was crazy, man. Eventually I bought that 25k account to $2,800 in profit. Yo, I was so excited, man. I was containing my hypeness. I was so hyped. I remembered waiting for the perfect time to tell my girlfriend about my success, because I didn't want to wait for the wrong time. So I remembered calling her phone, and I was like, hey babe, guess what? She was like, what? And I was like, I finally did it, yo. And she was like, what are you talking about? Did what? I was like, I'm finally profitable. I finally did it. Guess how much money I made? And she was like, how much? I was like, I made $2,000, $2,600 or $2,800, and they took like 10%, 20%, but $2,000. She's like, you dead ass? Yo, she was happy for me. I was happy for myself too. Myself back. But yeah, I wanted to show her that all these years of hard work was not for nothing, because she started having some doubts, because I've been doing this for a while. She did trading for herself too with IML, but she had left because she wasn't making no money. But I was so hyped, man. I was like, 23rd, and I was thinking about bring her somewhere. I brought her to Crab House. Yo, I didn't spend all my money, obviously. I reinvested my money into Photon's course. Even though I didn't need it, I just reinvested my money back into his course. For some reason, I thought I needed to learn more to increase my win rate to like a 50%. At that time, I don't know if I was in a winning streak, but my win rate was a 40%. And for those who know trading, for those who've been trading for a while, having a 40% win rate and targeting a 1 to 6 or 1 to 4 is very freaking hard. That is kind of impossible. But yeah, for those of you who've been trading for a while, you guys know that targeting a 1 to 6 or 1 to 4, the win rate for that in order to target a 1 to 6 or 1 to 4 is normally 30% win rate. I ain't gonna hold you. That's the win rate for targeting that high. It doesn't matter how good your strategy is. The highest percentage you can have for targeting 1 to 6 is around 25% to 30% win rate. That tells you a lot about these high risk reward strategies. It's like, but you do win big. But for me, I had a 45% win rate. It wasn't too much trades on it, but like every phase 1 I had a 45% win rate. Phase 2 I had a 45% win. It's like it was staying consistent at that point. Like my win rate was high for the amount of money, the amount of RR I was targeting. Yeah, man. So yeah, it took me about 2 weeks to reach $2,861, around that much. And you already know it. I withdraw that money so quickly, man. I didn't want to lose. As I was passing my phase 1, phase 2 challenges, and I had my live account, I started posting my results and the Discord that I hadn't touched until I was profitable. I started posting my results on the Discord. And yeah, obviously people were congratulating me. They're like, congratulations, man. I posted my my certificates and the amount of money I made. Hey, people were congratulating me, and there was not much. I mean, there was people, there was a lot of certificates in the chat. There was people that were passing. I posted it. People were congratulating me, and there was this one person that reached out to me privately, and because he had saw that I passed my challenge, and he was like, hey, congratulations, man. I saw that you passed your challenge. And he had mentioned that he was trading for 10 years, and he was asking for advice. He was like, I'm kind of confused and everything. I just started his course. What should I do? I was just guiding him through what the best outcome and the best pace to the course and how to do it. And I was like, don't rush it. And I was giving him the information to how I was trading his strategy. I personalized his strategy for it to match mine, because everybody got a different strategy that has to match yours. Like I kind of switched certain things, that worked out for me. Hey, but yeah, he was asking me for help and advice, and I ended up helping him. He started understanding things, and he was like, yo, thank you, man. If you want to know more about how I helped them, leave a comment down below, and I'll probably make another video on how I helped them. And I have proof. Obviously this happened. I don't want to say something that didn't happen. I have proof of helping him, obviously. And as you can see, I'm a small content creator. So if you guys could leave a like to push my channel out to YouTube more. I'm in a journey to helping traders who've been trading for a very long time and still haven't seen profitability. And I know how painful that is, because that guy that said he was been trading for 10 years, ooh, that was painful when I heard that. I was like, 10 years? What was he doing? I don't know what's going on, but there really be traders that have been trading for a while and still haven't seen profitability. And I already know what the problem is. Hey, I know what you're thinking. Why should I listen to this guy? he barely got anything going on right now. But trust me, I've been trading for about 5 years now, so I've already known all the ups and downs. I know everything that's been going on trading. I already know. Hey, I'm telling you, I know a lot that's going on. So yeah, I'm in a journey of helping those type of traders. I'm not. Hey, if you're a beginner trader, then I can help you too. But those specific people, it could be you. Those specific people that have been trading for a while, I understand their pain, and I'm in a journey to helping them. If you could like my video, my channel will get pushed out to YouTube, and I can make more future videos on how I can help traders like you that's been trading for about 4 years, 10 years, 3 years, 2 years. I've been trading for a while and still haven't seen profitability. And the secret is, I'm telling you guys, it sounds stupid. But the secret is, that's the secret. It's the mind. I ain't gonna hold you. There's more to it, but I'm just letting you guys know.